Hare Krishna, welcome devotees to the Gita Daily session. So today we are going to discuss Bhagavad Gita 9.30. Thanks all devotees who are joining regularly. So let's start. So let's take the blessings of Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Maya, Sudarshan, Lakshmi, Narsimha, Gaur, Nitaya, Panchatattva. Let's pray that by their blessings we can understand the transcendental topics of Bhagavad Gita. So let's recite the prayers together. Om Adnanatimirandasya Dhananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhudale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidhi Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatiri Shatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So let's dedicate the session to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, founder of International Society for Krishna Consciousness, by whose mercy we are able to understand Bhagavad Gita and also able to apply in our day-to-day life. So let's thank Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Today's sloka is 9.30. Let's recite the verse together. अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते मामनन्यभाक् साधुरेवस्य मन्तव्या सम्यग् व्यवसितो हि सा रेपिटेशन् अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते मामनन्यभाक् साधुरेवस्य मन्तव्या सम्यग् व्यवस्थितो हि सा Translation by Johann G. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. Word to word meaning api, even, chet, if, sudurachara, one committing the most abominable action, bhajate, is engaged in devotional service, mam, unto me, ananyabhak, without deviation, sadhu, a saint, eva, certainly, sa, he, mantavya, is to be considered, samyak, completely, vyavastita, situated in determination, he, certainly, sa, he. So let's try to understand the context. So today, now we are discussing the ninth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, like last few days. So today's, so last week, I mean yesterday we were discussing the sloka, Samoham Sarva Bhudeshu, Name Deshastina Priya. So what is the essence of yesterday's discussion was that the Lord actually is not partial to anybody, right? So if anybody, but then he especially favors those who have taken shelter of him or surrendered to him. In general, for the non-devotees, there is no, the Lord actually considers everybody as equal, right? So basically, we saw that the material nature acts automatically by his direction. The Lord doesn't interfere in the karma of the jiva, right? So the jivas keeps going through the reactions of their actions. But then sometimes people are ignorant. They blame the Lord. They think that okay, why Lord has given this situation. So that is because of ignorance. In reality, is that the Lord actually is uh, Lord is not interfering in the jiva's karma, right? And he is not partial to anybody. Everybody gets according to their actions. So, and then we have seen specifically that those who take shelter of the Lord, right? The Lord actually protects them, right? So he shows special favor to those devas. So basically, the Lord generally is impartial to all the jivas, all living entities, but actually is special. He shows his special favor to devotees. So this is the essence of what actually Lord gave in the previous sloka. So in today's sloka, the Lord further gives more information about his transcendental position and how actually he is merciful and forgiving. So Lord is reassuring. So this particular shloka, we have to be understand in a very careful way because there's a good chance of misinterpreting or misusing this particular assurance of the Lord. So we should be very careful not to misuse the Lord's assurance. Right? So let's see what actually the Lord is saying. So the Lord saying that even if a devotee commits mistake, right? Abhijit Suduracharo, Bhajadema Ananyabhak. So one who Bhajadema Ananyabhak means he is a pure devotee or he is endeavoring to become a pure devotee. Such a person, by mistake, right? If he unwillingly by mistake due to previous conditioning if he commits a mistake. So that is actually the additional clarification here. No, it is not that willingly somebody is committing a mistake. So somebody has taken up the path of devotional service, right? And he actually is surrendering to the Lord, right? He's depending on the Lord. Such a pure devotee, right? Such a person, such a devotee who is trying to become a pure devotee. If by mistake you commit some sinful activity, then the Lord is saying that no, such a person has to be considered as a still a saintly person. Sadhu. Sadhu Revasya Mantavya. Samyak Vyavasthita. Because his determination is correct. Is actually his desire or his intention, right, is pure. Right? So basically, we have seen the previous sessions, right, how the Lord is known as Bhava Grahi Janardana, right? We saw that Patram Pushpam Palantoyam. So whatever actually we are offering, the Lord actually is seeing the bhakti or the bhava of the devotee. So if a person is sincere and his bhava is, or his goal is to attain the Lord, he is sincerely endeavoring to attain the Lord. But then, because of the past conditioning, right, if he commits a mistake, then actually that person still has to be, no, we should not deride that person or criticize that person. That person should still be considered as saintly. So here actually there are two aspects we need to understand. One, actually how we should look at other devotees and how we should apply to ourselves. So when we are applying to other devotees, we should be liberal, right? So we should consider, if even if somebody makes an apparent mistake, we should remember the shloka or the assurance of the Lord. The Lord actually will take care of the devotee. So basically, in the next shloka, what actually the Lord is saying is important actually. So what is the Lord saying in the next shloka 9.31? So he says that Kshipram Bhavati Dharmatma Shashvat Chantim Nigachati Kaunteya Pradijanihi Name Bhakta Pranashari. So what actually he quickly becomes righteous and attains lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. So this is the Lord's assurance. The Lord is assuring that his devotees will never perish, or there won't be inauspiciousness happening to a devotee. Right? This is more from a spiritual perspective, not from a material perspective. The devotee, once we have seen earlier also, even if somebody makes a small progress in the path of devotion, that is never lost. The Lord, and we also see that Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam. The Lord is assuring that He will protect his bhakti. So here also, in this shloka, so what Lord is saying that, because as all of us know, right, about ourselves, so because of so many millions of lifetime that we have committed, that we have passed through in this material world, we have accumulated so much of contamination, and so many sinful activities we might have conducted, and all this sum total is the consciousness that we are having now, right? So all these vasanas and tendencies are carried along with us. So it is very natural that this the tendency to commit sinful activities is not completely eradicated immediately, right? It will take time to cleanse. So these tendencies are still remaining with us. So because of these tendencies and conditioning, sometimes unintentionally, right, so the person is already he has already determined that actually his goal is to attain the Lord, that he want to serve the Lord. So if the person has already made the determination and is sincerely endeavoring towards that, right, in this process, if by mistake if he commits a sinful activity, right, so then the Lord actually forgives, and he again restores that devotee to the no, so he quickly becomes righteous and attains lasting peace. And the Lord actually is declaring here, bold. He says, Arjuna, you declare that my devotee never perishes. So this is assurance. So from this we can understand how merciful the Lord is, right? And how forgiving He is. So the Lord also expect us to be also having similar qualities. The Lord expect us also to forgive others, right? And then actually see the good qualities in the others, right, rather than finding the fault in others. So this is such, then the Lord actually is pleased with our behavior. So when it is applying to others, this is how we need to see it. And when it is applicable to us, we should not take it as a excuse, that to commit sinful activities. So there is a difference between committing sinful activity because of the past conditioning, unwillingly, and doing sinful activities willingly, right? So these two are different actually. So we need to so when we apply to us, we should be very careful to avoid sinful activities. So yeah, so basically that is the essential point. So how actually the example analogy is given, the moon actually may have some black spots. If you look at the moon, there are some black spots. But then because of this black spot, this doesn't reduce its moon's ability to provide illumination or light, right? In the moonlight, which is there, is still effective. So because of the black spots on the moon's illumination is not diminishing. So similarly, if somebody who's in the path of attaining pure devotion, even if some faults happens, that should not be considered taken very seriously. Right? The Lord actually is situated in everybody's heart as Paramatma. So the Lord actually knows what is the intention of the devotee. Sitting in the heart of the devotee, he knows. Even though nobody else may know what is the intention of what is going in our mind, right, or in the heart, but the Lord actually knows because He is there as Paramatma. No, He is the friend of the Jiva, always accompanying him. So in the Paramatma form, the Lord understands the desire of the devotee and what his intentions. So the Lord sees the intention, no, rather than the actions. So yeah, so basically, in Nectar of Devotion, it is mentioned like there is an example given of no elephant bath, Kunjara Snanam. So we should not be like an elephant. No, the elephant's behavior is that elephant takes bath nicely in a lake or a pond, and once it comes out, no, immediately puts dust. Right, it takes the dust and sprays it on the body. So this is like the people who actually are no offender, habitual offenders, right? So they actually commit sinful activity and then they perform some atonement, and again they commit sinful activities and again they perform atonement. So this is actually definitely not approved by the Lord. No, this actually is like a hypocritic behavior, and also committing the offense. Thinking that no, I will do the offense, I will do the sin, and then after that I will do some devotional activity or chant. Right. So this is also that itself is another sin, which actually cannot be. There is no prayaschitta for it. Right? So normal sinful activity can be atoned by by chanting of the holy name or by performing devotional service. Right. So basically, also one more thing is that there is a difference between this prayaschitta and the devotional service. So the prayaschitta is something according to the Vedic karma ganda process. Vedic scriptures gives that you can perform different prayaschitta, like or some remedies, right? If you commit certain sinful, so if you do this particular sin, then actually you can do this particular prayaschitta. So, so this is not really recommended by the Lord, because what is the process? So if you are in the karmic fold or following the karma ganda, then it may be useful, to become cleansed. But the problem with the prayaschitta is that it only removes the reaction of the sin, but then the tendency to commit sin is still there. So there is a seed of sin, right, in the heart of the jiva. So this seed actually is not destroyed. No, only the results are destroyed. So what happens? This person who does prayashita is like an elephant person who, like an elephant bath, elephant who takes bath, right? So he commits sinful activity, then he does prayashita. But again, no, he actually, because the tendency is not destroyed in the heart, again he will commit sinful activity, right? Even though he knows that it is sinful, again. So this is not useful. But in the devotional service is different completely, because it is transcendental. No, actually we are connecting with the Lord, who is actually the source of everything and who is the controller of Maya. So when somebody is performing devotional service, not only the sinful reaction is destroyed, but the seed or the bija of the sin, right? The tendency to commit sinful activity is also destroyed completely. So that is how devotional service is so much powerful and potent, right? Though the purpose of devotional service is not to destroy sin, but it is like a side effect. No, it's a byproduct actually, that sins are destroyed and become purified. But the purpose of devotional service is to serve the Lord, right? To attain the love of God. Right? So that is the purpose of devotional service. But then in that process, all the sinful reactions are destroyed. Not only that, even the no, even in the tendency to commit sinful reaction, the seed of the bija of sin is also completely destroyed. So let's look at some more references from the scriptures. So 11.5, Srimad Bhagavatam, 11. One second, 11.5.42. So this shloka says, Swapada Moolam Bhajata Priyasya Tyaktanda Bhavasya Pariparesha Vikramaya Chodipatitam Kadanjit Dunodi Sarvam Pritsanivishta. So what it means? One who has thus given up all other engagements and has taken shelter at the lotus feet of Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is very dear to the Lord. Indeed, if such a surrendered soul accidentally commits some sinful activity, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is seated within everyone's heart, immediately takes away the reactions of such sin. So this is supporting the same, no, today's sloka. Then we'll look at 6.2.14. So this is about Ajamila's story. So what it's mentioned, Vishnuduta, this is talked by Vishnudutas. It says, Vishnudutas says, Sankedyam parihasyam va, stobam helanam evava, vaikunda nama grahanam, asheshaga haram vidu. One who chants the holy name of the Lord immediately is immediately freed from the reactions of unlimited sins, even if he chants indirectly, jokingly, or for musical entertainment, or even neglectfully. This is accepted by all the learned scholars of the scriptures. Then in Bhagavad Gita, there's a shloka which says, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Sarvadharman parityaja mamegam sharanam vrada. Urja aham swam sarva papebhyo moksha ikshami mashita. So Krishna says, Arjuna, that no, surrender unto me, right? Sarva dharman parityaja. Give up all these so-called responsibilities and duties, and dharma, right? And sarva dharman parityaja mamegam, and take only refuge unto me. So one who takes complete shelter of the Lord, giving up all other activities, right? Aham tvam sarva papebhyo. I will free you from all the sinful reactions. So this is assurance given by Krishna, Arjuna. Then the last sloka of Srimad Bhagavatam ends with this sloka. No, it's spoken by Suta Goswami to the sages of Naimisharanya. So what is the conclusion? Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Pava Pranashanam Pranamo Dukkha Samanas Tam Namani Harim Param. I offer my respectful obeisance to Supreme Lord Hari, the congregational chanting of whose holy name destroys all sinful reactions, and the offering of obeisance unto whom relieves all material suffering. So all these points, as I mentioned, we have to be careful that this you should not take this as a excuse, or should not try to exploit actually this assurance given by the Lord. So this is just to understand that devotional service is very powerful, but then it should not be like a prayaschitta, that we commit, say, willfully commit sin and then try to counteract with the bhakti. That is not that actually itself becomes a sin which doesn't have any parihara. So, but and we should not be worried, that okay, maybe I am not pure. We may think like that, no. So I have done so many bad things in my past. We don't know what we have done in the previous life, but in this life, no, I had so many bad habits. I've done those mistakes. So we should not be hopeless because of that. Because we should understand that Lord actually is very powerful, no? Because everything is under His control, and the Lord's assurances are hope, gives us hope that even if we might have committed sinful activities in the past, by actually taking shelter of the Lord, right, we can become purified. So from that perspective, we need to understand actually this assurance of the Lord, not as an excuse or opportunity to misuse it, because the Lord is there in the heart of all jiva, right? So we cannot cheat the Lord. Lord sees as I mentioned, Lord sees the intention of the devotee, intention of the heart. So He understands everything which is going on. We cannot cheat Him. So be sincere and honest. And if even by mistake we commit a sinful activity because of our past conditioning, please, then we should pray to the Lord sincerely, and repent and cry before the Lord, sincerely, that I know to forgive. Then actually the Lord forgives the devotee. So this is how we need to understand this sloka. So here actually what is a related story is the story of Ajamila. We have already discussed that, so I will not repeat the complete story. But then from the example of Ajamila, we can understand the Ajamila in his childhood. No, he had executed devotional service because he was a Brahmana and he was following the path of devotion. But somehow or other, some due to some misfortune, he fell down from that path, right? So and then finally, because of whatever devotion he has done, the Lord actually remembered him. So Lord somehow motivated him to keep his son's name as Narayana. Right? And he used to call his son's name frequently, Narayana, Narayana, like that, even though he did not remember the Lord, but he called it. So the Lord, that's what Lord will never forget his devotee. Whatever, even if small devotion service is done, the Lord actually will somehow ensure that that devotee is saved. So in the end, at the time of death, he called Narayana, in a helpless condition. And then the Lord actually already has his material role. Now we have seen it. Yamem Babismaran Bhavam Tajadante Kalevaram. Whatever consciousness or whatever state one quits the body, accordingly he gets the result. So immediately Vishnududas came and saved Ajamila, from the Yamadudas. So then Vishnududas gives Ajamila a second chance. He is given a second chance. So it is not that immediately, Ajamila returns to God, back to God. No, because of sinful activities, he was given another chance. Though then Ajamila, realizing his mistake, he leaves everything, right, and he goes to Haridwar. where actually he completely engages in the devotional service of the Lord, and then finally at the moment, last moment, he returns. Vishnu dosas again come, and then he returns. So that part, I'll just see. Yeah, so what is mentioned here, I'll just read the last part. Simply because I chanted the holy name of the Lord in the association of devotees, my heart is now become purified. Therefore, I shall not fall victim again to the false lures of material sense gratification. Now that I have become fixed in the absolute truth, henceforward I shall not identify myself with the body. I shall give up the false conception of I and mine and fix my mind at the lotus feet of Krishna. So this Ajamala is thinking himself. Because of a moment's association with the devotees, the Vishnu Dudas, Ajamala detached himself from the material conception of life with determination. Thus, freed from all material attractions, he immediately started for Haridwar. In Haridwar, Ajamila took the shelter of a Vishnu temple where he executed the process of Bhakti Yoga. He controlled his senses and fully applied his mind in the service of the Lord. Ajamila fully engaged in devotional service. Thus, he detached his mind from the process of. When his intelligence and mind were fixed upon the form of the Lord, the Brahmana Ajamila once again saw before him the four celestial persons. He could understand that they were those he had seen previously, and thus he offered them his obeisances by bowing down before them. Upon seeing the Vishnudutas, Ajamila gave up his material body at Haridwar on the bank of Ganges. He regained his original spiritual body, which was a body appropriate for an associate of the Lord. Accompanied by the order carriers of Lord Vishnu, Ajamila boarded an airplane made of gold. Passing through the airways, he went directly to the abode of Lord Vishnu, the husband of Goddess of Fortune. So this actually thus no Ajamila actually attained the highest perfection. So the point what we have to see is that yeah, so when we look at other devotees, we should not see if they, even if they do some mistake, we should understand that the Lord actually will take care of them. Lord will protect them, and ultimately he will, they will be restored back, like at the case of Ajamila. So this is the essence takeaway. So we'll wrap up today's session here. So what are the key things that we can take from today's session is, so we should understand that the Lord actually is giving various assurances and should have faith in the Lord, right? And if you don't we should not be discouraged. Maybe we may feel that today, we are in a helpless condition, or we don't have much hope because we may be sinful, or we might have done mistakes in the past. But then we should be having faith in the Lord's assurance, and be very sincerely taking up the path of devotion service, right? And be assured that it will purify over the time. And then do not misuse the Lord's assurance, right? So that actually becomes an offense by itself. So I think, so with that, I think we come to the end of today's time. So are there any questions, devotees? If anybody has any question, they can ask, unmute, or they can put it in the chat. So otherwise, we will chant together 3 times Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And I request all devotees, please apply whatever we learn in the day-to-day life. So at least please chant, at least every day, please try to chant the holy name of the Lord. Try to read some books like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam mainly. So try to apply and try to offer something to the Lord every day. We discussed in the last session. You can offer, if you don't cannot offer anything, just at least offer water to the Lord every day. Put tulsi and offer to the Lord, or offer milk, fruits. So start executing the devotional service to really get the benefit. Just it's not theoretical. Devotional service means it's practical, right? So only when we execute devotional service, we actually will start getting the benefit. So it will start with the chanting of the holy name, right? Then hearing, reading, all these things we can do. Take prasadam, but try to offer some small things to the Lord every day, right? So that actually creates a that can reestablish our relationship with the Lord. So that is very important. So please, I request, please start applying. So let's stand Hare Krishna mantra together thrice. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I'd like to thank all devotees for joining regularly. Please keep joining, and also, if possible, try to encourage your friends or relatives who are, who you think that who you are the well wishers. Please encourage them to join the sessions. Okay, so if there are no questions, then I think we can end here. So thanks once again for all who are joining regularly.